Hello and welcome to Pisces Moon Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Kate Leonard, and I'm excited to explore the stars with you. Hi everyone. Welcome to the promised bonus episode for the Lionsgate Portal. How excited are we to do this thing? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And before we even get into it, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you to my international listeners and, of course, my fellow US people who are here. And I really want to ask you if you would do me a solid and whatever app you're listening in, will you scroll to wherever it is and give me a 5 rating so that other people can find the show and share. That's all I got. Thank you for doing those things. It would just really help me and I'd be really grateful. And now let's talk about the Lionsgate. All right. So just for the dates, of course, the exact date or the date when the degrees are exact is August 8th. Okay, so that's the pinnacle of the energy, but the portal is open from about July 26th. And I know there's some debate on that. I even kind of waffled on it in my last episode. Some people say it opened on the 26th. Some say it opened on the 28th. I looked at it. I think the 28th is probably a better date, but honestly, the cosmos don't work like that. And when we're dealing with fixed stars, which we are, they're so far away that really that level of precision doesn't actually matter. So you do you. I'm going to say the portal is open from July 26th to about August 12th. All right. And like I said, that sweet perfect day is August 8th. Now let's get into what the Lionsgate portal actually is and what we should all be doing about it. So what the Lionsgate is, it happens every year. It is when the sun in Leo lines up perfectly with fixed star Sirius, which is known, some people call it the spiritual sun, okay? It's a fixed star, not a planet, at least astrologically, and with Orion's belt. So it's the sun in Leo, fixed star Sirius, and Orion's belt, and the Earth, of course, and the Earth. These are all lined up, all talking to each other. It's a giant surge of energy that is like shooting from the gods. We'll talk about why I'm saying that. From the gods straight to Earth. It is profound, it is powerful, and we can all tap into its energy. So first, let's talk about what a fixed star is. When ancient astrologers and astronomers, I don't know if they were all one and the same back then or not. Anyway, when all those ancient people were looking up at the sky, they called the planets moving stars because every night when they would go out, they could see that they were in a different place. But the fixed stars, because of cosmic distance, never seem to move, right? They are so far away that we don't perceive them as changing position. And then the realm beyond the fixed stars was the domain of the gods. So the fixed stars, though they do have influence on us, they also communicate with the gods. It's interesting. This goes way back to like ancient Babylonia. So the fixed stars, being so close to the gods, are of course really powerful. And Sirius is the brightest star. And then we've got the sun and Orion's belt, the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? And it's all streaming down to Earth and to us. So I end every show telling everybody to seize the energies of the stars. This is really a time that we can access this profound cosmic energy. So what is it good for? Well, think about it. It's the sun and the spiritual sun. So we can set intentions, we can let go of limiting beliefs, we can work on all kinds of enhancing intuition, all of that stuff, but think recognition, think standing in the spotlight. This is about claiming your place in the sun. It's about having your work recognized, yourself recognized, being seen for who you truly are, tapping into energy to see yourself clearly. For those of us who struggle with self-esteem or feeling like we don't always truly understand ourselves, this is a time that you can do that kind of inner work too. Standing in the sun, standing in the spotlight doesn't have to be always for other people, right? It can be our own recognition of our own talents, worth. So this is just a really, really good energy. But for anybody who wants literal fame, public recognition, you want your work recognized, whatever it is, that sort of thing, brilliant. This says fame. But also, if you want to reach spiritual heights, if you want to get that feeling that you've moved your energy, your spiritual practice or level, however you want to say that, I'm not quite sure how to say that, but if you want to feel like you are literally standing on the mountaintop, your arms reaching to the heavens and just tapping in to spirit, whatever you call it, the universe, God, deity, the universal flow, whatever you want to call it, however you perceive that thing that is bigger than us in some way. This is a time that we have like direct access. So it's amazing. It's a time that we can also work on building our intuitive skills, our psychic development, because it's a direct channel to the gods. It's a little bit easier to access other realms, right? It's like the sun is shining, lighting our way. It's so good, everybody. It is so, so good and so important. So what do we do? How do we get into all of this? That depends on your practice. Some people can access this energy by going out during these dates while we've got this portal open and literally being in the sun and sort of, being, what is that, like a sun worshiper, right? Going out and just basking in the light of the sun and sort of saying your intentions, just speaking it to the sun, to the light. So it's a form of manifesting or a little bit of witchy spell casting, depending on how you want to look at it, okay? You can also go out at night because Sirius, while the sun is not out at night, the spiritual sun is, and you can go out at night. And you can do shadow work. I know that seems counterintuitive since we're talking about sun, but since we're also talking about a star, right, we can try to release blocks that keep us from standing in our power and taking the spotlight. But even at night, Sirius is the brightest star in the sky, so we can channel that light, saying our prayers, speaking our affirmations, speaking our incantations, whatever it is you do to access your spiritual practices involved. They can all work here. Just think about the energy of the Lionsgate, right? This giant, it's like Leo energy, but more than that. Leo God energy. I don't even know how to say it to make it sound big enough. It's so big. It's so big. Now, do be aware that during this time, it's a high energy time. And especially if you're sensitive and intuitive, you may really be feeling. I find it's better, especially if you're super sensitive, I find it's better to work with it. Do something, do a vision board, manifestation, light candles, again, do whatever it is that you do in that way. I got some candles on my altar, and let me tell you, I got some stuff that's ready to go. But you do you. I just find that however you choose to work with it, The more sensitive you are to energy, the more essential it is that you work with it directly. And the reason for that is the energy is big one way or another. Use it or don't use it. And so what it can do is kind of drain you, or if you're not in it and kind of playing in it, it can bring on some fatigue. It can disturb your sleep, It can even, for some people, I've heard, make them feel a little bit spacey. Some people are going to be noticing that they're having really vivid dreams. So expect downloads during this time, right? It is literally like from the realm of the gods through the cosmos, energy coming straight to us. So expect downloads, whether that's in dreams or while you're meditating, or, just out of the blue where you just get a knowing that just comes to you. Those things can absolutely happen. Now, again, if you're really sensitive, you might work on some grounding kinds of practices. Whatever you do, just go out and put your bare feet on the ground. Sometimes that's enough to do it. Carry tiger's eye crystal with you, or black tourmaline, right? Those kinds of things that'll help keep you grounded. This is only for people who, get really seriously affected by this kind of cosmic energy. Most of us don't need to put a bunch of rocks in our pockets, but there are those people who just working consciously to stay very grounded can be a good thing, okay? If you want other crystals to help you channel this energy and help you, if you're a crystal person, right? Citrine and amber, those are both tuned into this manifestation energy and clarity. Think of sunstone, garnet, and carnelian. If you're working on things like standing in your own power, having the courage to go for it, whatever the it is, you know what the it is. Yeah, bring sunflowers into your home, or yellow flowers of any kind, just honor the energy of the sun. Just doing that, even if you're not setting intentions or casting spells or, praying to deities or whatever that some of us are going to get into, I got to admit it. Even if you're not doing any of that stuff, celebrate the sun. Celebrate truth and clarity and brightness. Celebrate our connection to the cosmos, our connection to things bigger than us, bigger than where we just sort of stand every day. Sometimes we forget that we are connected to so much energy. And again, it doesn't matter. You want to think of it as the cosmos, the universe, God, goddess. It doesn't matter how you think about it. This is a good time to just sort of be grateful for and celebrate and tap into that sense that there's more. And that as children of the universe, that more is available to us. It's a big time. I can't even do it justice. I don't feel like, I feel like I could talk for hours and hours. Whole workshops are done on Lionsgate and Lionsgate Portal. Now, one last thing, and I promise to keep this short because this is just a bonus episode, right? One last thing, but the Lionsgate Portal is not the only thing going on. We still have one of the harshest Mercury retrogrades I think I've ever experienced. So depending on how that's affecting you and the people around you with all of this supercharged star quality energy, might you run into some drama queens? Oh boy, howdy, you so might. What about Uranus in Gemini? All of that rebel energy, that, let's get out there and shake things up. Is that going to be like on hyperdrive? You bet it is. It's a lot. So I only point those things out to remind you that there is this Lionsgate portal. It's super good for, doing your manifestation work or whatever it is. But do know that it's not just because, like, during those dates, oh, it's going to only be standing in the sun. Yeah, there's other stuff going on as well, but it's a pretty glorious time. I love it a lot. So I'm going to kind of leave that there. It's a lot. Yeah. But if nothing else, enjoy the sun. Maybe set some intentions, speak some words of power. You do you. I know it's going to be perfect, and I know you're going to benefit from it. And again, thank you so much for being here. And if you could share the podcast and if you could rate it really high, oh my goodness, I would be so grateful. But either way, just thank you for being here. And until I talk to you later this week, go out and seize the energies of the stars, the moving ones and the fixed ones. This is my wish for you always. Have an amazing portal experience. Bye.